Hello, welcome to another One Mind meditation. Hope you've had either a great night's sleep and you're ready for the next day, or maybe you've had a really good day on your side of the world and you're ready for a good night's sleep. While we wait for whoever else wants to join us today, take a few moments, do some deep, slow belly breathing. You get yourself into the right space to get started on today's meditation. Deep breaths, slow, in through your nose. Fill up the balloon inside your belly slowly. Slow exhale. And we'll get ready to float away while I read you a couple of meditation quotes. Ange, a very good morning to you. Awesome seeing you. I have way too many quotes to share this morning, so we'll see how many of them I get through in the time we have. Good morning, Pat. So good to see you too. Hello, a very good morning to you. Oh yeah, today's meditation is going to be the Serenity Prayer. I love meditating on the Serenity Prayer. I always feel that using it as a meditation shines the light for me on whatever it is that I need to see. So that'll be the journey for today's meditation, will be the Serenity Prayer. Anthony, a very good evening to you, brother. It's good to see you, man. Good to have you. Right, so a quote by Anthony DeMello. Anthony DeMello, it's worthwhile searching the name Anthony DeMello. If you don't know who it is, search some quotes and search what he's written. He's got some really good content. He said, "Thought can organize the world so well that you are no longer able to see it." Thought can organize the world so well that you are no longer able to see it. You ever heard the quote, "Can't see the wood for the trees"? And it's because of what our mind does, our thoughts. It's because of what our thoughts do. Organizing our world so well that we can't even see it anymore. Very busy thoughts. And that connects so well with the next quote from Alan Locos. Alan Locos says, "Don't believe everything you think. Thoughts are just that, thoughts." So these two quotes together shine a beautiful light on what our thoughts often end up doing. And why do we have these thoughts that distort the world around us, that distort truth, thoughts that as Alan Locke says, don't believe everything you think, because your thoughts can be inaccurate and they can be false. Why do we have these thoughts? Why do we have these thoughts that can be so inaccurate and so false? And we have, in a way, we have a brain that's designed to keep us alive. A brain that's designed for survival. There's some really interesting studies on consciousness happening right now, and the models, even the mathematical models, seem to suggest that what we get given is a dashboard. Think of it as a VR headset that is not designed. Good morning, Maggie. So good to see you. That is not designed to necessarily reflect the truth, but is designed to reflect to us what we need to see in order to survive. And when you start to learn that your brain's instinctive place of going is survival. How do I survive this situation? Your brain is not designed to give you the truth in that moment. It's designed to give you the answer that leads to survival in that moment. And it's not super important to know this all the time. Marcella, very good morning. I love Pat's message that just came in. Good morning, all you lovely people. And I feel the same way when I see your faces in the morning. Good morning, all you lovely people. Anyway, I digress. Thoughts, while our mind is our most powerful tool, sometimes we are the tool and we are used by our minds. And that's just simply because there's an instinctive part of our minds that wants to survive, and it'll do whatever it needs to do in order to try and survive. what meditation helps us do is it helps us to start seeing through those thoughts. It helps us to start seeing those thoughts simply for what they are, human thoughts, a human brain coming up with human thinking. Christos, good morning, brother. You're just in time. We're going to float away right now. Today's meditation is the Serenity Prayer. I love meditating on the Serenity Prayer. I feel as though it always shines a light for me on exactly what it is that I need to see. So if you're all ready, here we go. Eyes closed. We'll start with the first few deep breaths. Taking a deep breath in. And release. Deep breath in. And release. Deep breath in. And release. Deep inhale. And release. One more together breath. Deep breath in. And let it go. Continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Inhaling deeply, slowly in through your nose. Stretching out your spine, lifting the top of your head closer toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, use the space that you have created to drop down into. Don't be afraid to move your body, stretch your body, adjust your body as you exhale, and allow your spine to soften, your shoulders to collapse, your head to fall. The power of the words in the Serenity Prayer is only available to us in complete surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. Surrender doesn't mean being defeated. Surrender always leads to action, because surrender brings clarity. Using the first step, the first phase in the meditation, to find that space of complete physical and emotional surrender. With every inhale, raise yourself up as high as your position allows. With every exhale, drop down, collapse as low as your position allows. Making the balance between doing, inhaling, and being, exhaling. The most natural ebb and flow. We'll take the last few breaths of this phase together while we allow our bodies to stretch, adjust, settle down. Taking a deep breath in. And as you release, drop your head forward. Roll out your neck muscles to the left and to the right in big, slow half circles. Don't rush through it. Take your time, leaning into those spaces that put up a little bit of resistance. Next, deep breath in. And as you release, roll your shoulders forward in really big, slow circles. Deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in really big, slow circles. Next, deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine, curving, curling, twisting your spine into an S. From your head down to your tailbone, while swaying from side to side. Imagine being a sunflower with your face turned towards the sun, swaying side to side, while your focus is on stretching, loosening up your whole back, with a focus on your spine. One more deep breath in. And as you release, stretch, adjust, move any part of your body. but still needs a bit of help settling down. I always feel a deep sense of presence after the first round of full body breathing. It always feels as if every cell in my body has successfully unclenched, put everything down, stepped into the now. For the next phase, after every inhale, we'll do a short breath hold, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. We'll do the first few breaths together. Take a deep breath in. And hold. And release. Deep breath in. And hold. And release. Focusing on how your shoulders slowly fall with your long, slow exhale. Deep breath in. And hold. As you release, fully embody that melting feeling, that feeling of dissolving with your long, slow exhale. One more together breath, deep breath in. And hold. And as you release, find yourself melting into an even deeper surrender with every long exhale. Continue the same breathing pattern on your own time, inhaling slowly, deeply in through your nose, and taking the invitation to follow the breath on a journey inside. Feel the air flowing down the back of your throat. Stay with the breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up that balloon inside of your belly, find yourself slipping into that space. Holding the breath inside gives you the opportunity to hold you inside. Hold your breath only for as long as you feel really comfortable. For as long as the breath holding feels like a safe space. And when you release, make it the longest, slowest exhale, finding yourself melting. Dissolving into a deeper surrender every time. On your next big breath, simply feel how deeply you can fall into you. How much can you let go and surrender to the world inside? Take your next big breath. Starting with the first line of the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. On your next big breath, take the first line down with you and repeat it while you hold your breath. While you dive inside, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. Take your next big breath. With your next big breath as you dive deep inside, take down with you the question, what is there that I need to accept? What is one thing that I need to stop fighting and have acceptance for? Try to not use your mind to fight for an answer. Trust that if you ask the question in openness, that you will be made aware of what there is to look at. Ask the question and let it float away while you sit in openness. Sometimes we get an immediate answer, and sometimes because we've asked the question and remain open, the answer comes later. But if we decide to remain open, then we remain available to see. What is there that I have to find acceptance for? What is one thing that I have to stop fighting and accept? Take your next big breath. Surrender is not all about non-action. From surrender comes the clarity to know what action to take. From a place of surrender, we stop wasting energy on the wrong action. The next line of the Serenity Prayer: grant me the courage to change the things that I can change. With your next big breath, take down the second line and repeat it a few times while you hold your breath. Grant me the courage to change the things that I can change. Take your next big breath. next big breath as you dive deep inside. Ask the next question in openness. What is there that I can and should change? Show me what it is that I should and must take action on. Take your next big breath. The last line of the Serenity Prayer is, grant me the wisdom to know the difference. The difference between what to accept and what to change. The next big breath, as you dive down, repeat the line as you hold your breath. Grant me the wisdom to know the difference. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few breaths of this phase together. 3 more deep dives, helping us step into the next space of complete ease. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. as you release, put your attention on how your shoulders fall, how you almost slowly shrink as you exhale. Deep breath in. And hold. And as you release, embody the melting, dissolving feeling. One more together breath. Deep breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself slipping out of this space and into the next one. A space of complete ease. No attention on your breathing. Just floating in a sea of peace. I want to give you a minute or two to be in your own space of silence with the words of the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I'll leave you a few minutes of time and space in your own space to revisit what those words mean to you. Living in a space of surrender comes from the recognition that we have these almost opposite experiences of what it means to be human, of what it means to be myself. There's the busy mind, one that the first few quotes spoke about. The mind is so busy that it can arrange the world in a way that we don't even recognize it anymore. It can be called the scared self. It can be called the small self. It can be called the survival self. Constantly fighting for survival. And we have the other experience of ourselves, the one we're having right now. The small, scared self being put down and stepping into something that could be called a higher self, connected to higher wisdom, connected to soul, spirit, source. Living in surrender comes from recognizing these two spaces over and over again, and from choosing to step into the higher self again and again. From this higher self space, it becomes easier to recognize what are the things to let go of. It becomes easier to recognize what are the things to take action on. And from this higher self space, there's a kindness and an empathy for the fact that we don't always manage to choose the right side. Sometimes, in fear, in a moment of trying to survive, we double down in that small, scared self. But from this space of higher self, there's only kindness even for that. In this space of surrender, it becomes easier to not waste energy on actions that are not useful. You can find this space of surrender again and again, multiple times during your day. Slowly, this part of yourself becomes the default state. We're right at the last few breaths of today's meditation. 5 breaths of gratitude. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for being able to find this space of surrender. Deep breath in. Thank you for learning that maybe the most valuable wisdom in this space of surrender is the love and the kindness for my small self that has just always done his best to survive, even and especially when he was doubling down on fear. Deep breath in. Thank you for learning that not trying to change my small self is what leads to change. But instead of trying to change old habits and old ways, you can just put it down and come into this space. Deep breath in. Thank you for granting me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, for granting me the courage to change the things that I can, and for showing me where to find the wisdom to know the difference. One more together breath. Deep breath in. Thank you so much to all the beautiful humans in our circle today. I really love the Serenity Prayer for a meditation. I hope that it helped shine the light for you as well on what there might be that you can let go of, what there might be that you should take action on. What's been coming up for me again and again are the words of Lao Tzu, who says he believes in the power of non-action, because that which has no substance can enter where there is no space. And I love those words so much. That which has no substance, in other words, non-action, not taking action. That which has no substance can enter where there is no space. And sometimes with our actions, we're just meddling, especially when it comes to our relationships with other human beings. If we decide we know what someone should be doing, or how they should be acting, or how they should be doing whatever, our action tries to enter where there's no space. And if there's no space for our action to enter, we end up just breaking things. That which has no substance enters where there's no space. And sometimes our non-action is exactly what does the work inside of that place where there's no space. Love the words. But this space of surrender, reaching for our higher self, also gives us the clarity in what there is that we can and should take action on, and when. And that way, we don't waste energy. We apply energy efficiently. Thank you so much for joining today. Saying hello to a bunch of people I've not said hello to yet. Caroline, a very good morning to you. It's awesome seeing you here. Nella, good morning. Always good to see you. Cornelie, a very big hello to you. Julian, hello man. I hope you did the whole meditation with us today, Julian. Vanessa, very good morning to you. Hope you're able to sit down and meditate with us. And Karen, it's good to see you again. Hope you enjoyed today's meditation. Thank you, beautiful people. Have a beautiful day. And tomorrow I'll be here for you again. Lots of love. Ciao, ciao.